All right, leading the 8 a.m. bulletin with some information coming in from Jammu and Kashmir, where 3 terrorists have been killed in Pulwama's Tral sector, where security forces were engaged in a fierce gun battle with terrorists for hours. Security forces cornered terrorists in Pulwama's Tral after miscreants resorted to stone pelting against the police force to help the terrorists flee from the area. Reinforcements were immediately called in after a stone pelter snatched a rifle from a police official. The terrorists were holed up in a building and heavy gunfire was exchanged. In a joint operation by the state police and the army, 3 terrorists have been killed by forces and combing operations are underway. Reportedly, security forces also managed to corner top Hizbul commander Sabzar Bhatt, who was the right hand of Burhan Wani as well. Sabzar was holed up in the building that the forces blew up later. All right, I'm joined by our Srinagar Bureau Chief Ashraf Wani. Ashraf, what is the latest? Can you please give us a timeline of when did this encounter take place and how long did it go on for, and the latest on the casualty?
Archana, basically this encounter started Saturday late evening when on a specific information security forces from Rashtriya Rifles as well as from the Special Operation Group of Police cordoned off the village Nazninpura in Tral, which is in the South Kashmir's Pulwama district. As encounter was being laid down, the cordon was being laid down, there were heavy clashes between the protesters, stone pelters and the security forces, which became a big hurdle. Then the 144 was imposed around the perimeters of the encounter site, and finally the building in which the militants were hiding, who were continuously firing on the security forces, was blasted down. In the exchange of fire, 1 policeman also got killed. 5 army jawans, including a major, are injured. The building which has been brought down, it is being believed that probably 3 top militants of the Hizbul Mujahedeen were hiding in that particular building. But so far, we want to confirm this thing, that not a dead body has been recovered from the rubble of the building. It is believed that 3 militants are killed, but so far the dead bodies have not been recovered from the building. When the building will be cleared, the rubbles will be cleared, then finally it will be clear that how many militants were hiding in that particular house and who they are, and their identification will be made. But so far the situation in the Tral is tense. There were clashes going on all along the night in not that particular village where this encounter took place, but even in the surrounding villages. And also there was a incident in which some youth snatched a rifle from a CRPF officer during these clashes. So situation is tense but under control. But when the debris of that particular house will be cleared in which those militants were hiding, then it will be clear how many militants have been killed and who they are.
All right, Ashraf, please stay on with us. I'm also joined by India Today's Kamaljeet Sandhu from the National Capital, who covers the Home Ministry for us. Kamaljeet, we're also getting details that 1 J&K police constable has been martyred and 2 injured. Can you please give us more details on that? And 1 army major has also been injured.
Well, absolutely, Archana. One of the important points about this encounter is that it has happened in the same village where Burhan Wani really belongs from. The other part is obviously these top militants were cornered. There was resistance which was shown by some of the locals. There was heavy stone pelting. One of the CRPF men, he's an assistant sub-inspector. We've been told his weapon was snatched away by the belligerent crowd. There was a search operation which was launched to recover that weapon. Meanwhile, it was a joint operation of the Jammu Kashmir police. We've been told the intelligence was from them. They're the ones who've taken a lead. And then the special operations group, the CRPF and the army, as you rightly mentioned, at least 3 to 5 army jawans have been told. One among them is an army major who's received a bullet injury. We've also been told that at this point of time, sources believe that 2 of the top militants could be still holed up.
Okay.
There is still intermittent firing which is going on.
Right.
We've also been told this morning that Sabzar Bhatt may not be inside, but another of the top militants, it is Aqib Maulvi, who could be inside. This is still going to be extremely big, important encounter. But at this point of time, a concern also remains against the stone pelter as to how they continue to actually stall the operations despite a stern warning coming in from Army Chief Bipin Rawat.
Correct, that's right, because we're also getting details that the local snatched rifle from a security personnel. Thank you so much, Ashraf Wani and Kamaljit Sandhu. We will come back to this top story of the day, but shifting focus to another breaking news coming in from America. All right, those incidents of alleged hate crime continue to take place in America, and now breaking news coming in. Another incident of hate crime has surfaced in the United States of America. This time, a 39-year-old Sikh man has been reportedly shot by an unidentified person outside his home in Washington's Kent area. The unidentified miscreant allegedly shouted, quote, unquote, "Go back to your own country." And the incident unfolded on Friday when the victim was walking outside his home. The victim has been taken to the hospital for treatment. It comes close on the heels of the tragic shooting in Kansas last month of a 32-year-old Indian engineer, Srinivas Kuchbotla, who was killed when a 51-year-old US Navy veteran, Adam Clinton, opened fire at him and his friend Alok before yelling, "Get out of my country." So another incident of hate crime coming in from the United States of America. A Sikh man was shot in Washington's Kent area. This incident coming close to the heels of the last hate crime that we heard from Kansas, where an Indian engineer was shot dead in a bar, and this incident taking place on Friday, where a 39-year-old Sikh man was shot in the arm by an unidentified person in US, saying, "Go back to your country." All right, I'm joined by Preetpal Singh, who's American Sikh Gurudwara Prabandhak Committee's member. Sir, can you please give us some details of this incident? When did this happen and how is the victim doing right now?
Yes, Preetpal Singh from United States, coordinator of American Gurudwara Prabandhak Committee. We are just getting together the details. It happened yesterday in Kent, state of Washington.
Okay.
Not Washington DC, but a state of Washington.
Okay.
And he was just standing outside his house, and somebody walked in towards him, and he shot him. It's an arm. We are trying to get all the details, but the victim, he has not spoken much yet. So we
Sir, have the police been able to identify the person who shot?
No,
Okay.
not yet. Not
Okay.
yet. So police is asking for all the details. And we are also trying to check in with community if somebody saw that. And from the incident, it looks like a hate crime. But we are not so sure yet. It has happened last week with our two Hindu brothers. They were killed. It has happened to the Jews, and this one is with the Sikhs.
All right, thank you. Okay. Please continue.
And we are trying to get all the details. We don't want to put anything in black and white until unless we have some certain proofs or certain statements from the victim. He's not He's not speaking up yet. So that's what we have, all the info. But seeing all the circumstances, it looks like, as a statement, if we go by his statement, that if he said that, go back, and from this, it looks like it's a hated crime.
All right, thank you so much, Preetpal Singh ji, for giving us that update. Shocking story coming in from the United States of America, where a 39-year-old Sikh man was shot on Friday in an alleged hate crime incident.